Hey wonderful zine friends, my name's Chloe Henderson and welcome back to coinoperatedpress. In today's video we're talking all about our latest zine release. I'm here to tell you all about the depression zine. Ta-da! I mean, maybe I shouldn't be so happy and perky when I'm talking about depression, but I'm excited that this zine has been released and it's turned out awesome and I can't wait to share it with you. And it's a really chunky zine. This is the biggest zine we've made to date so far, so thank you all for your submissions. We were completely blown away by how many of you guys submitted to the zine, and that's why it's so chunky. So we're going to be telling you all about how we made this zine, why we decided to make this zine, and flicking through it a little bit, giving you some sneak peeks, and hopefully you'll want to add this zine to your collection by the end of this video.
The idea for this zine came out of when I was seeing my counsellor. They recommended that I go for a daily walk to keep on top of my mental health. It was journaling, going for a daily walk, doing yoga, things like this. And we dubbed it our depression walks. So that's where the title of this comes from.
Both myself and Katie suffer from our own variety of different mental health issues. And with it being January and everyone suffering from the sads and having the winter blues, it felt like a really good time to talk about mental health and make a zine about it. So it felt like a perfect opportunity to have depression walks be the theme for our January. When we say depression walks, what we mean are the little walks that we take to try and help ourselves out in our daily lives. So both myself and Katie try every day. We don't always manage every day, but we try our best to every day leave our house just to go outside, breathe in some fresh air and try and walk for as long as we can, just to enjoy the natural world, see different things, enjoy the beautiful Scottish weather, but just to take a step outside to try and clear our heads. Even if it's just going out to take the recycling out and just standing outside for a moment, at least it's something. If you can manage to make that out into a full walk, then that's even better. But it can be a real struggle just to get out of bed, let alone make it out of your house. So trying to really push yourself to get out onto a walk has been really important for us and for just helping to get us through the days sometimes, especially in January in the winter in Scotland when it's so dark all the time and the weather's rubbish. It really adds to that feeling of apathy that is often accompanied with depression. So we wanted to name our zine after our depression walks because it felt really appropriate for this month, but the zine is about all aspects of mental health. I personally really struggle to talk about my mental health issues, so being able to work on this zine was very cathartic for me personally, and being able to read all of your mental health struggles and issues through your art, poetry and writing was a really good experience. So I appreciate every single one of you for sharing your words and artwork with us. It means a lot, and it helps me realise that I'm not alone in my struggles, and I hope that's what this zine will be able to be for anybody who buys it, to show that you're not alone in your struggles and there are plenty of people out there going through the same things that you are. And having that little collective community out there really makes a difference. Sometimes when you're sat in your room or just can't get out of bed and are really struggling with things, to know that there are people out there like you and it's not just you. This isn't just happening to you. You're not alone in this. And this all feels very apt in my life at the moment. This morning I took my first antidepressant. So that was a new development in my life. Having an anxiety disorder that is very focused around health. Well, it's mostly focused around social, but a big part of it is health for me. I've struggled to be able to get the help that I need, so having a combination of social anxiety and health anxiety is a bit rubbish when you're dealing with the NHS and the doctors in our country, because you have to be able to talk on phones to talk about your issues, and I struggle to talk to people generally, but I really struggle to talk to people over the phone. So being able to get help with my issue is really difficult. But I finally managed to get myself on a list for therapy, and I have bit the bullet and decided to go for antidepressants. So hopefully that'll help me with my own little depression anxiety journey. And I say all this in this vlog to encourage you to get help as well. Take the advice that I've been ignoring from myself for ages and seek help if you need it. We're going to leave a bunch of links to resources. They are specific to the UK, most of them, but I'll try and get some worldwide ones as well. Because through talking about it, through the zine, we want to break that stigma surrounding mental health issues. We want you to seek help. We want you to get help for the issues that you're facing, because it's rough. It's rough living like this, and you shouldn't have to. You should be able to get the help that you need. So hopefully through our zine, through us talking about it like this, you'll feel less alone as well and know that there is help out there. But I'm going to stop talking about all of my problems and using this little vlog as a therapy session for myself, and we're going to get into the zine and we're going to talk all about the wonderful things that are in it.
It's the really cool artwork and writing that you all sent in. I'm really thankful for Chloe for doing this cover art and putting this zine together. We did something a little bit different with the cover art for this zine. I'm sure Chloe will speak more about that. She usually goes for like a more digital feel with the artwork. She does illustration and then composites them digitally, but for this one we did something a bit special. So Chloe went on a walk, on her own little depression walk, and took photos and went with some chalk and did some artwork on like trees and stuff in a safe way, and yeah, she went and did photography on a little depression walk, and that became the cover, the back cover, and also the inside cover and on the bio pages as well. There's trees, nature, all good stuff. So thank you so much for Chloe for going on a little adventure and doing something a little bit special for this front cover.
So for the cover of the zine, you might be able to tell already if you're fans of coinoperatedpress and have been following us for a while, I did something a little bit different with this cover. Instead of the normal illustrations and the more graphic design that we use, I decided to go for photography for this one. It felt quite appropriate for the zine. In the depression walks that Katie does, part of what she does with it is takes photographs of her work as a little way to document it, and I think at some point she hopes to turn them into a zine, and that really inspired me to make this photography style cover. I took a bunch of vlog clips while I was out making this, so I'm going to insert them just now and you can check out exactly how I made these covers. The sun is sort of shining. I mean, it's a little bit grey over there, so I'm hoping it's not going to rain on me. But I'm currently on my way out to make the Depression Walk zine front cover, and I am armed with chalk pastels, which might give you a little hint as what I'm doing, but maybe not, because it's quite a random idea. But anyway, let's go. Come along with me. Well, this is it. This is what I am using for our front cover for the Depression Walk zine. Ta-da! It's simple art, it's chalk, and it'll wash away in the rain because it looks like it's going to rain very, very soon. Although, quite nice up there. A little bit more grey past these trees. But yeah, this is what we're using for the Depression Walk zine, and I've included my nice Doc Martens to make it a little bit flowery and add some light to it. So yeah, ta-da! This is what we're doing. Look at the state of my hands. Oh, I just dropped my chalk. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Apparently depression is very staining. At least it's just chalk and it'll wash away very quickly. But I'm all done and I'm walking home now. And that's the Depression Walks cover complete. I've done it. My hands are covered in chalk pastel, but it was so much fun doing this, and it very much brought me out of my depression funk, so I guess that was the main aim of this zine. But it'll be coming out really, really soon. Well, it'll already be out by the time that this vlog's out, so you'll get to see it, and I will show you the full cover now. The magic of transitions. So the main image that I took is obviously this one on the front, where I wrote Depression Walks Out next to this crack, and that became our front cover. I also used this one on the back, and this image on the inside, and these ones. and these ones, which make up our bio pages and the front covers. There are a few like bloopers that didn't end up making it into it, but I used those ones. And I think the photography style worked really well with this zine and really added to what we were talking about with the title of Depression Walks. As I said in the intro, this is a really chunky zine. This is the biggest zine that coinoperatedpress has ever made. It's 52 pages, which is massive, and it contains 49 contributors. And we had a bunch more submissions than that, so thank you so much. We were completely blown away by the amount of submissions that you guys sent in. It's really nice, but also overwhelming, but in a good way. So thank you so much to everybody who submitted. I wanted to show a few of my favourite pieces just now. I really enjoyed the work of Julia. This is my favourite image that they submitted. Hopefully you can see it there. We included a bunch of their illustrations, but this one's my favourite. I think because it gives me Cousin It vibes from the Addams Family, but also it just is completely apathetic and something that I feel like I relate to in terms of depression and mental health. So I really love this illustration, and as you can maybe tell from my own work, it greatly appeals to me, this style.
I really like the cut and paste style of Beth Cardis's piece that they sent to us. They did photography and then a poem, and I like that it's a good old traditional cut and paste zine style. I particularly like Niles Reddick's piece called The Knife Thrower. It's a piece of prose, and I really liked how it brought in circus, which is always fun, and like childhood trauma and the metaphors carried through the circus themes that they have in this piece. This piece of artwork's also amazing.
I also really connected to the short story I Want to Go Home by Arikidna? I'm sorry, I really don't know how to pronounce your name. But I really enjoyed your story. I just wanted to read a little bit of it out for you because I connected to it so much, and I feel like a lot of you will as well. I gather material, physical and not, to use for stories and art. I've been meaning to write something about the time a kid I saw told me a raccoon caught the bus. I've been meaning to do something with the metal record I found. I've been meaning to do a lot of things, I just haven't had the time or the energy. Some days are rough. A lot of days are rough. I want to collapse to the ground and crawl along the dirt, dragging myself across the street, but I trudge on. I want to be home. It's just that feeling of things being overwhelming, but as an artist you still want to collect all of the things, the inspiration, and bring it home, and you've got it there in your head, you've maybe got it in a physical space, but not having the energy, not having the time, and feeling so apathetic about it, both anxious and depressed at the same time, and it is rough. That's the word that they use here, and it's so true. I think as artists we know how that feels all too well. So thank you for writing those words. It helps us feel seen.
And Nala, I want to give a shout out to them. They submitted this really sciencey piece. It's really cool. It's a poem, and then they did some cool artwork for the background too. Thank you so much, Nala, for sending us this. I'm really proud of all of the work that got sent in for this zine. We had so many submissions, and it also sold out really quickly. We sold out in a couple of days, I think. We do still have digital versions of our Depression Walk zine on our big cartel. But I think what I'm most proud of with these submissions is that we had so many submissions, which meant that people felt like they could be really open with us and tell their stories. Some of them must have been really hard to tell. So thank you so much to everybody who did send some submissions to us. We also have amazing artwork, beautiful photography, and really brilliant writing in this zine. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please send us a comment, send us a message, like and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you like this video and are interested in seeing more of the work that we do, you can check out our website and all our social medias. They'll be listed down below, but on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram we are at coinoperatedpress. You can also find us on Discord, where you can join in with some amazing artists and zine friends who follow us over there. Do keep your eye out on our event calendar on our website as well. We do have a lot of zine fairs and workshops and zine clubs coming up very soon in Edinburgh. And we're really looking forward to seeing a bunch of you in person for those. We have monthly workshops with Blunt Knife Co. They're on Thistle Street in Edinburgh, and we also have monthly workshops with the Salisbury Centre, who are near the Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh. We also are doing so many things. We have some events booked in with the Cafe Queer as well, and hopefully more things coming up in Leith and Edinburgh and Dundee very soon. But thank you so much once again for watching this video. Hope to see you in person at some of our events very soon. Thank you. Bye.